surfer. This is surfboard. This is a story.
I don't know if I can say.
Maybe Moraes.
Who was it?
Federico Moraes and Joan Daru.
Oh, fish on! Look at that. Look how quick that was. Sorry folks, but it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. These are Macs, which I never catch on the back of my boat. In the harbor, rather.
No doubt.
And these are fucking lobster bait for the next couple months. Oh my god, this guy's just flopping. Let me get him in here so he doesn't. Oh shit. Stay. You're good. Oh, sorry, you Peter lepers. Oh shit! Right in Mike's chair. Sorry.
I knew you were going to do that to me.
Sorry.
I knew it.
Sorry, you know what though? It adds to our viewership. Sorry about that.
Flavor.
It's just flavor.
Flavor for the chair. Now I take you our cat. What up? Welcome back, surf fans. We're getting ready for another event. It's Mike Molina and David Burrows coming back at you from the West Coast. Now summertime out here, so every day is bitching again. Anyways, so getting ready for Jbay, looking back at Fiji.
Well, first, before just Fiji even, we didn't do like an official podcast for what, the last two contests at least, right?
Yeah, for Fiji for sure. We just did a couple of highlights. Thanks for watching, everybody that did. It's kind of fun making those little cuts. I don't see anybody else getting those out there, so good to see like kind of the trend of conditions over the waiting period. You know, because I went from at least round 4 to the final, so that covered at least a few days and different things.
Oh, you mean for Fiji?
For Fiji, yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of cool. And then the highlights cool. I put together another clip for that, just for our viewing pleasure.
Right.
Maybe talk a little bit about how our teams did as we run through it. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. And maybe even before we go into that, just to kind of add on to what you said, you know, I had the immaculate team. I had the immaculate team starting on the first day of Fiji. I picked Italo, I picked Ian Gavea. I mean, I honestly thought I was a genius at this juncture of people going into the 4th round, and then we had that waiting period, which basically, you know, Kelly Slater with his new company who is promoting Fiji had to decide, like, hey, when do we go? And I know they wish they had 2 more days because it got epic after the waiting period. But all these guys now waiting, all these people that all of us picked, and you know you guys had people go out early too. You know you had Gabriel go out early. You know you had Owen go out early. You know the people that you know were going to be your dominant performers in this event, they all went out early. But for me, I was like, oh my god, I'm a genius. I picked Isabel and Ian. I'm like, oh my god, I had the dude that smashed Gabriel Medina, and I didn't pick Gabriel Medina. Oh my god, I'm a genius. But by that waiting period time coming to an end, and all those next performers coming out, every single one of my remaining guys, I got 8 through round 3. 7 after that, every single one of them got destroyed.
Yeah, I didn't have as fun a ride. I pretty much got smacked down right immediately on flight. Round 2, slap. I lost, I think at least 2 in the second round.
Yeah, you lost did Gabriel go? No, he didn't go down in the second round, but you lost Nat Young.
Yep, I lost.
You lost Nat.
Ezekiel Lau too.
And Ezekiel Lau.
Yeah.
Yep.
I might have lost 3. I lost somebody else too. But I'd like to queue up this little refresher recap of the last event.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see some Fiji.
Okay. So, tell me, Mike, is this after the waiting period? It looks like it.
Is round 4, I believe.
Okay.
We'll try and get up on the next clip. Maybe we can get a clip for that. But I'm pretty sure this is round 4 through the final.
Okay. So round 4, we only had 2 heats before the waiting period. So this is probably mostly after the waiting period, correct?
The lay days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is after the big lay day span.
Okay.
Because they only ran the first 2.
Right, where Italo and Ian won those heats and moved in to the next round. But all these other guys had to wait. Everybody had to wait. And then when they restarted the event, it wasn't as many barrels like this one that we just saw, as much as it was turns.
Right.
So, did the waiting period have an effect, or was it the size of the waves and the conditions that kind of had an effect on your team? What'd you think?
A little bit of both. It seemed like some of the heats were like hit and miss too. Like as we were watching, like there's some heats that would flare up, and then some would go slow.
I agree.
And then you really had to be on the best wave of the heat and like a mediocre backup, and you would have it on lock. And I know a couple of my guys had good waves, but they couldn't get a legitimate score to back it up, and that was their downfall. They couldn't lock in another one. Oh, that Owen heat was scary. That was a smoker. I mean, he did get a really good wave, but it ended up being like just short or something.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That was a crazy.
Like it could have been. He had a couple of 10s that he probably just missed out on.
Right. Well, he fell on the end of that one wave. Right. His first wave of that heat, like he had like put together some good work, and then he fell like on the last maneuver, like the closeout.
That's right. That's right.
And then like lost like the amount that would have cost that did cost him the heat.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really needed that one. But it didn't matter in the end because I think I only ended out with like 2 left after the third. I had Michelle Perez and Adriana.
Oh wow.
And that was it. I think I might have like one other person.
What's funny is I think after I lost everybody else in round 4 and round 5 inevitably, I think you probably ended up having more people move through than I did.
That's 4. Like 4.
That's just brutal. So I mean.
Oh yeah, and then after that,
I mean, we agreed that they did not finish. They did not finish the contest in the conditions that all of us would have expected the conditions to be. It wasn't a shacking, barreling contest at the end where your front runners, your guys in red jerseys, the people you expected to get through, pretty much didn't get through. I mean, John Florence. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know? Gabriel Medina. Come on.
It was just a full collapse by everything that I thought was going to happen.
and
aside from Wilco, like I had imagined Wilco was really good. Yeah. And then I don't know, I just didn't see it. I had Perez. I switched my team up to get Perez, which was a good one. But I should have had Wilco, Perez, Toledo, or something like that.
So I mean, this is the dark horse. This is the dark horse.
Everybody you wouldn't expect to win and get through to the quarters did. So
So who was the ultimate dark horse in this event?
Who was? I mean, I actually haven't.
Bede.
Bede. I really felt like I missed the boat on him. Like I've been watching him like everybody else, like flare up this whole season, and he's been looking good.
Yeah.
He had a high so like you're really hoping that he was on his A game to get through those heats, and he was. Yeah. And he was on the best wave. So. And that's a testament to his style. That's what he does too. He tries to put it, like everybody else, but he especially is one of the ones that waits for the bomb, and tries to be on the best way.
Agreed, but I mean honestly, if you're someone who's played fantasy for as long as both you and I have, picking bead over someone like Mick Fanning or anybody else that he was potentially going to match up with.
Certainly picking an underdog when you do.
You're like, you don't know anything about this game, in my opinion. If you were to pick bead over all the people that he was potentially going to match up against. And so for me, I'll just say that the conditions kind of evened the field. It kind of made it so anybody could win this contest. It wasn't a true Fiji contest.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So where are we at on this video? On the hill.
Let's see. We're right at the end here.
We've got Wilkinson and O'Leary in this heat. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Boom.
Another guy, O'Leary, who went far. But he's a goofy footer.
So I guess really isn't he the dark horse of the event? Who was picking Connor O'Leary to go deep?
I don't know. I mean,
I didn't have him, obviously.
I didn't have him. For sure.
Righteous duties. So yeah, that was a cool event. You know, you really had to work for it if you wanted to watch the good days. There's that big waiting period, or a few lay days, about a week.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of almost worth mentioning because of this event, and both of us have heard that the WSL is moving to a place where they're going to have events really on call, right? Where they're going to wait for swell and they're going to move out there. This is probably one of the best examples of an event which is going to cost the sponsor a freaking ton of money.
Right.
I mean, they literally were there through out the entire waiting period for the women, both the women and the men, and those days of waiting is costing the sponsor and WSL probably a ton of money.
I would imagine so. So, I mean, it'd be great if they could just go out there and be like, hey, there's going to be a good swell coming this next month. But, I mean, how do they take over a place like that on a drop of a dime? Other people have their vacation scheduled there.
Right.
That's probably got to be a nightmare.
That's definitely a logistic nightmare for the WSL that, fortunately, we don't have to worry about, but it'll be great to see.
Right? They're like, oh, we're pumping you guys. It probably costs them the same, damn it.
Yeah.
But at least they put out the best product, and that's what we love as fans, is watching the best product from every spot around the globe.
I agree.
I agree. And watching these phenomenal surfers get out there and do their business, and it's just such a... I love it because you get so much different style. Everybody, I guess, is an artist in their own way. You know, in every sport. You know, when it comes to baseball or any other sport, and surfing is just the canvas of choice for us.
Right. So, what's our next event?
Jbay.
Jeffreys Bay.
Yes,
South
indeed.
Africa.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, this was the place that 2 years ago a shark semi-attacked Mick Fanning. Probably just check out, but hey, anybody being checked out by a great white would be really pissing their pants.
Yeah, it looked like not a small one either.
Yeah. That was not a small shark in the least bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty amazing. There's no other sport, where you get attacked by a piece of nature,
Yeah.
so to speak, and then have to go back there the next year and the following year and still compete and not have that in the back of your mind.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know
about that.
Like to think about that.
Have you guys watched videos of great white sharks in South Africa? Not loving that.
Out of control.
Yeah, out of control.
Yep, I love surfing, but like places like that, I certainly would be. I don't know. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of people that surf those breaks, but like, for me, it definitely from over here, it's not really like that much of a threat. So it's definitely more intimidating.
I mean, don't get us wrong. There's lots of great whites, but we know where they are in California. They're where the fucking seals are. That's where they are.
Was about to fight it out with Mick Fanning for the ratings lead and got off to a pretty good start. Jules, you had one wave, then explain the scenario that unfolded in the lineup.
Yeah, it was pretty spooky. I got the first wave of the heat, and then I was kind of down where I wanted to be sitting for the heat, And Mick was kind of in no man's land, so I was really watching him, and he was kind of sitting on his board, and I was like, oh, if a wave can come right now, and I was really like, just had my eyes on him, and he was like kind of looking down the point more, and like literally like saw the whole thing pop up behind him, and I was like, I haven't been emotional yet, but I can't even talk about it.
Mate, one of the comments that Mick made was, rather than paddle towards the beach, he was motioning you to make your way in. You started paddling towards Mick, obviously a good friend, and a pretty hard situation there for you.
Yeah, it was like, it came up and he was wrestling it. I saw the whole thing, and then saw he got knocked off his board, and then like a little wave popped up, and I was like, oh, he's gone. Like,
Have you run any heat draws?
No.
Yeah, I really just ran a few. I did select a team, and I might just roll with it because Fiji, I knew I was going to kick myself. I just liked a lot of surfers on the tour these days, and I shuffled my team around 100 times like a madman, and then ended out with Crapola, which I knew it. And even in my highlight videos that I put out there, I had said, I was like, I've already changed my team so many times that like, I know that I already shot myself in the foot.
Right.
I have no toes remaining.
And Kelly Slater kind of let us down in the last event. If you picked him up,
Kelly, I don't want to put anything on blast from you, but like, I don't know if it's your equipment or if you're just an old man. Just kidding, sort of. It's not looking as fresh as it used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
well, I mean, obviously, you know, he didn't go to Brazil because, well, it's Brazil, and you know, then the waves kind of got shitty.
It did get shitty
in Fiji.
It's really hard to judge anybody against that stuff. It's like you said, anybody could win on.
I mean, he's the guy you picked in a barreling Fiji, and that didn't happen. You're still going to pick him at Chopu for sure, but for me, what I really have to wonder about, and this is a guy who, an 11-time world champion, who wins at point breaks, but, and I say this but, it takes more energy to paddle at point breaks.
Right.
And especially in the beginning heats where a jet ski isn't pulling you out all the time. I mean, and then if you have a day where you have to run a bunch of heats right in a row, you know, round 4 all the way through to the semifinals or whatever, does Kelly have the stamina now that he did before? Is that playing a factor? I mean, he's also mentioned that he has a back injury that he's overcome, but you add that in with age and stamina at the point breaks. Is he really now?
It's got to stack up at some point.
It's got to stack up
at some point, and nobody's saying anything bad about him at this point because it's just an inevitable thing. It's like, okay, now we're like at the point of like where Peyton Manning was and freaking John Elway and people like that are like elite in their class of athletes.
Yeah.
And then they stay there forever. Brett Favre, you know, people that could just do stuff for a really long time. And Kelly's one of them, and he's, you know, Roger Federer, freaking Pete Sampras, all those guys did it for a really long time, and then eventually you start to see it break down and slow down, and unfortunately, as it gets closer and closer, everybody's like anticipating it, like, you know, when's he finally going to be like mortal? And that's funny that it's still really kind of like that. It's like he's beatable now.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Alright. Okay, we're back.
Here's the Jbay preview. Recap from last year, 2016 Jbay.
Oh, dude, I'm getting bites right now.
You get some bites?
Oh! Fish on! Beautiful. Fish on! That Jbay, we're doing the preview last year. You know, as always, I got a fish for you guys. I got a fish for you guys. That's what we do. On the back of a boat. Some mackerel too. Alright. Come on, Matthew. Master track. Swallow that thing. And no, we're not releasing these max because these are going to be lobster bait. Lobster bait. Sorry guys, just that real swallow that. There's 15-minute videos that should type. Oh my gosh, George music. I'm going to tell you this line. It's a nice little lobster day. Yes it is. Okay, big bone. Big bone. Okay, I gotta get in there. Take the water a little bit. Some fish I caught last year. Came in the water. While you guys watched some Jbay from last year. Yeah. So, who won Jbay last year? Who does that? Nick. Oh, that's right. Nick Fanning. Nick Fanning. And everybody's got Nick Fanning. I think he was like 75% owned in the last event.
Well, the 2 bars off.
Yeah. Well, you still got you far enough. I mean, not as far as you want him to get. But for, if you got him cheap, he got far, he got far enough. He got for $5 million. It's a lot of people did, and that's why they still have him. The major, I guess, letdown, Fiji, of course, is Gabriel and Ellen. Did you keep any of those guys? Did you keep those 2 guys?
I have Owen keeping up to where I got to.
Okay.
So I have Owen still.
Me too.
I'm
gonna think about that.
I haven't got yard sale most of my team though. The last couple events have been a complete failure. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
So yeah, I just kind of went with some better guys. I think I tried to get relief on my team.
Oh, for Jbay?
Yeah.
He's gonna be pissed off at the WSL, huh? For suspending him.
He is suspended?
Well, that's suspended. Yeah. That's suspended because he didn't agree with the score in his last event. And which most people would agree with him. He kind of got robbed in his heat. And, the WSL suspended him, that's why he was not a Fiji. You guys did not know that.
Wow, that's pretty juicy, man. It must be like throw a really big fit and like flip a table or something. I don't think you should get suspended for challenging the score.
It could have been an early Jeremy Florence type of fit.
I don't know. It might have been.
It could have been an Andy Irons type of fit. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
It could have been a Kelly Slater type of fit. No telling. No telling in these situations. But it was a fit enough that Philippe has not won 3 world titles and 11 world titles, so you can't fit like that. That's what it comes down to. We're telling you the truth from here as you're watching Jbay from last year. Okay. Still bait in the water. I'm trying to get some mackies to come.
So far, dude.
Alright, I've got to rehook up.
Good time from the brightest rapids. So who are you picking? What are you thinking?
So, I mean,
Maybe don't tell us your team, but
I'm not gonna tell you my whole team, but
who's like just standing out in your mind that you like are hoping does well? Maybe you don't have them on your team, but you're like, oh man, this is a spot that they could shine.
well, okay, so to answer that question, who's not currently on my team is Jordy Smith or Julian Wilson, and I think both of those guys are gonna kill it.
Julian is definitely somebody that I've been really, he's not on my team either, but only because I really can't afford him. I gotta drop own right, which I gotta decide if that's something I want to do. Just because he didn't do well in the last event,
Right.
like he's won an
Right.
event this year.
Oh, right.
He's won of it. He's won an event.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's not informed.
No, yeah, it had nothing to do with not being informed in the last event, for sure. I would agree with that.
Yeah, so, and you know, it really just seems like the judging is really favored backside smashes, like whether it be, you know, rights or lefts. You know, they really like it when the regular putters put together big backside hacks, because they're usually watching goofy putters do it. So they're like, oh yeah, that was very goofy footer-esque. And it's like, yeah, because there's a lot of rights on tour.
That's true. It's kind of forced people who are goofy foot to be better on their right, just almost because of the tour. But we can talk about that.
We can attest to that though, because that's all there is around here is rights, except for a couple of other magic spots. But mostly rights.
For at least Point Break.
I've pretty much learned to surf better on my backhand.
I agree.
Way before I developed a front hand.
I agree.
I was like, wow, I gotta work on these front hand turns someday.
So, you know, with that said, true, Owen's going to probably bounce back, but I think what's kind of worth mentioning is the game of Fantasy Surfer almost locks you into the people that have game value. You know, it's hard to drop those people in general.
Certainly. Yeah, I got Adriano. I can't let him go, but he's actually been one of the most consistent surfers on tour once again.
Yeah.
Once again, for like the 10th year in a row, he's like consistently making it. The quarters are right up to the quarters.
Except this last one.
Yeah. Well, he went out. Did you go out in the third, or did he?
Third, yeah.
Well, wow. Yeah. Well, that's the worst he's had. Worst result he's had in a long time.
No, that's true. And a lot of people that we didn't expect went out this time around. But, so that goes back to my team. You know, for the most part, I'm not changing my team too much. I think it's going to be the people that did bad in this last event who bounced back if Jbay did. I mean, look at it.
Looks fun.
You know, I mean, speaking of, like, for our fans watching this, I was just in the Philippines and I found a Jbay right that I'm not going to tell you about. One of these days you'll hear about it and you'll remember this too. Okay, so I'm trying to put on some year-old Dorado. That's what this is. See if we can get some. What else do you want to say about Jbay?
Oh man, enjoying.
I mean, who's gonna win? Jordy Smith.
Maybe Julian gets a chance to take it down this time. He doesn't have a bad path, and he surfs good like he always does here, which he always does well at Jbay. Maybe he gets a chance. He did well last year. He was in the final with Nick when that happened. So 2 years in a row. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he at least quartered in this event last year.
I don't remember.
We'll see if he's here at the towards the end of the highlights. There's some Nick happening.
I mean, it seems like Ezekiel Lau would do well there as a lower wild card guy, or not wild card, but just lower seeded guy.
I think so. I mean, he did well at Bells, right? Was it Bells? Bells he quarter or something?
Margaret, one of the two.
One of those two.
One of the two. I think it was Margaret's he did better at.
Okay. Well, in any case, it was right hand.
His right hand.
And this wave allows for carving. I don't know about how fast his rail is. I know he was able to really rip into those open face carbs, but it looks like this can run off, a little faster at times. Then you might want to have like a real quick edge like Gabriel or something like that. Somebody.
What about Sebastian Zeus, man?
Seabass, Seabass.
He went kind of far last.
He did. He's out of my price range for a hope that he does well. He's 5-6 million or something.
Right. Maybe more now.
He might be like maybe towards 7, huh? Yeah. No, and I dig Seabass, man. I'll probably look at it and try and get him on the team. But, I don't know the difficulty of his run.
Yeah, that's true. That's who he's facing up against.
Yeah. What about Kyle? Kyle Bailey's been
he's coming back.
really crushing. Yeah.
So Kyle went. Hold on. Oh my gosh! I just had it run. Oh. Sorry. Yeah. No, I agree. Kyle and even Federico Moraes. Both those guys are like people that are doing really well. Surfers that are doing really well that you may not have expected.
I think this is less of a good wave for Federico, though, don't you?
Maybe.
Because he didn't really do well in the Australian leg. He started to do better late, right?
Yeah, and Michelle Burris did do well here.
Definitely.
That's another guy that's like...
And what about Wiggly? I was also looking at Wiggly. I was like, Wiggly, he sets himself apart at a wave that, is going to be based on how different your turns look than your competitors. He throws the most water, and
I think it needs to be sizable for him.
I think he might have quartered last year.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And it doesn't look like it was ever really all that good.
Okay, so who's the dark horse at this point? Fantasy dark horse.
Wiggly. For me, I think Wiggly.
I think for me it's going to be a regular footer probably, even though they like to score goofy footers. I think you can do more on your front hand at this wave. Who would be the dark horse? I think Kalohe and Dino.
Kalohe?
Yeah. I think he's going to show up.
That's not a bad pick.
Yeah. That's my dark horse pick. I don't think he's going to be on my team. I know he's not going to be on my team. But that's who I'm picking.
Right.
Guy who gets at least to the quarters who you probably didn't expect.
I kind of expect him to get to the quarters.
Yeah,
honestly. You don't?
Not too much of the time.
WSLbracket.com. Thank you guys for providing this content that we get to peer into and get a, on paper look of what our teams could look like.
Excellent.
Take Ace over Josh Spear, what do you say? He's been the better form.
If it's barreling Jbay, I'll take Josh Spear.
Yeah. Well, you almost have to give the edge to the front side.
Fish on!
It's gonna be like these squeaking, barreling waves, that just pop up. And then you can
look at that thing! Did you see? He just jumped out of the water, dude. He just jumped out of the water.
Got a big one? I got him in the net.
I did.
You got him in the net.
I did. Look at that.
Right in the jugular.
Look at that.
Right in the jugular.
Is that number 4 or number 5? It's in the fire, dude.
Yeah, you got 4 down there.
Dude, he didn't even bite it. He just got,
You don't jab yourself, mofo.
just got fucking, okay. I'm gonna have fucking,
Maybe
who was it? Who was it?
Federico Moraes and Joan DeRue.
Oh! Oh, fish on! Look at that. Look how quick that was. Look how quick that was. Ah. Sorry folks, but it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. These are Macs, which I never catch on the back of my boat. In the harbor, rather.
No doubt.
And these are fucking lobster bait for the next couple months. Oh my god, this guy's just flopping. Let me get him in here so he doesn't. Stay. You're good. Oh, sorry, you cheated lepers. Oh shit! Right in Mike's chair. Sorry.
I knew you were going to do that for me.
Sorry.
I knew it.
Sorry, you know what though? It adds to our viewership. Sorry about that.
Flavor.
It's just flavor.
Flavor for the chair. Now I take the cat. Keystone and I'm taking Jordy.
Fish on.
Sea Bass McFanning.
Number 5.
Nice.
Number 5.
Racking up.
Number 5. Yeah, Jordy. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jordy over Keystone and then... Oh, he lives.
That one lives.
We let one live.
I'm just trying to get lobster bait. Sorry.
We give one back to the sea.
It's about lobster bait here. Oh my god, the Macs are just going up. Oh! Fish on! Look at this.
Wilco Connor Coffin.
Number 6. Damn. Number 6, folks. This is how we do it. This is not just a surfing breakdown for WSL. This is a freaking fishing show.
Bait fishing.
This is how you catch mackerel.
Bait fishing 101.
Ventura Harbor.
Watch out, Pico.
Ah,
Pico. That quite as big as they were.
That's right.
That
We're just good.
was a big swell and it was firing.
Oh! Fish on!
He took that.
Look at that.
bull
Look
by
at
the
that.
horns.
Look at that, folks.
Nice. There's another one.
This is, I'm using a number 4, I think a number 4 hook. Oh, look at this guy. Oh,
Look at Jordy over Mick, I'm sure. Yeah, he's a healthy one.
I'm using a number 4 hook. And right now I'm just like fly lining.
Inside, bud.
I'm just like fly lining some squid. Like there's no way, I have no weight on here.
Chill. Hey, you're fine. You're fine. Giant wolf dogs. Yep, you let him chill.
So another good Mac. I mean, this is the most Mac I've ever caught off the back of my boat in the harbor, ever, today.
No doubt.
Yeah, ever.
Showing you.
Ever. And I'm not even catching, like usually it's croaker here. I'm not even catching any croaker. It's all mackerel. And like I said, it's like a number 4 hook. And I'm just fly lining it. And that's how we do it here. But back to surfing. Go ahead.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, with that, we're going to close it out. And if you're still hanging in there with us, we much appreciate it. And I hope we help you pick the best fantasy team that you can.
Yep.
And we even hope more that we beat you. So we'll see you out there at the end of this event and see how we did. Anything else you want to add?
No. Go out there and don't spend time on your computer. Go grab a rod. Go catch some fish.
Yep. And if there's waves, obviously, you know what to do. Thank you guys for joining the Fantasy Dark Horse, and we'll catch you back another time.
Please subscribe and
You gotta remain sane, refrain, brain strain. If you knew how simple complexity was, you wouldn't be confused.